As an 18-year-old, I made the mistake of telling my mentor, how hard can it be to write a country song? Well, about a year and a half later, this is what I came up with. So it must have been a little harder than what I thought. I should have known you were too good to be true. 'Cause here I am all lonesome and blue. But not a day goes by that I don't miss you. I should have known you were too good to be true. You always washed my clothes, you mended my worn out socks. Hot food was on the table, my favorite was fried pork chops. You always cleaned my truck and then you mowed the grass. You even found time to give me some aspirin. I should have known you were too good to be true. 'Cause here I am all lonesome and blue. But not a day goes by that I don't miss you. I should have known you were too good to be true. Now I'm on my own and I guess I'll be alright. Not having you around, it isn't a pretty sight. The house is in a mess and the grass is 3 feet high. I've been eating TV dinners ever since you said goodbye. I should have known you were too good to be true. 'Cause here I am all lonesome and blue. But not a day goes by that I don't miss you. I should have known you were too good to be true. Now your skills were more than plenty, but I screwed up one time too many. Now all I can say, I should have known you were too good to be true. 'Cause here I am all lonesome and blue. But not a day goes by that I don't miss you. I should have known you were too good to be true. I should have known you were too damn good to be true. At the time I wrote that, I was a big Tom Paul Glacier fan, and he had a song called Put Another Log on the Fire, so I sort of stole the idea a little bit. If anybody remembers that song. Let's see here. I was challenged about 3 years ago to write a country song. I said, hell, I thought everything I wrote was country, or at least sounds like it. I said, I'll tell you what, I'll write one, but I'm not going to write what you expect. I'm going to write what I might have heard as a 10-year-old back in 1970, that type of country music. Anyway, it's about a woman that I knew in Mississippi. She'd been married 7 times. In Mississippi, you can be married as many times as you want, as long as you're legally divorced from the last husband. Well, she'd been married 7 times, was working on number 8, and I asked her, I said, what gives? She said, I just don't like being alone. She said, I get in a marriage, I'm miserable, I get out of it, and I hate being alone, so I get married again. So that's where this song came from. She'd been hurt for the very last time by a love that ain't worth a dime. Well, that's what her mind believes, but her heart, it disagrees. 'Cause her heart has a mind of its own, and it's determined she won't live alone. Sometimes she wished it were just made made of stone. Oh, but her heart has a mind of his own. Now logic, it cannot compete with a heart that won't face defeat. And being happy is just a vicious taunt. When a man becomes a need and not a want. Now her heart has a mind of its own, and it's determined she won't live alone. Sometimes she wished it were just made of stone. Oh, but her heart has a mind of its own. Another marriage that's gone wrong, but her heart still sings the same song, telling her just hold on, 'cause soon a true love will be coming along, 'cause her heart has a mind of its own, and it's determined she won't live alone. Sometimes she wished it were just made of stone. Oh, but her heart has a mind of its own. Yes, her heart has a mind of its own. And probably the proudest thing I am of that whole song is I've been trying this one line that I had that I preached to my daughters and my granddaughters and any other woman that'll listen is let a man be a need. I mean, be a want and not a need. And Lord, my children. Anyway, let's see. All right, this song right here, I actually won a talent show with it about 35 years ago when I was in the Navy. We were coming back from overseas and we had a talent show, and I really think the only reason that I won because I was the only one that had any original material in the talent show. And there was only 3 people in it. No, there were more than that, but anyway, it's actually a religious song, and I don't do many of them, but it's taken from the book of Haggai. If anybody knows their Old Testament, Haggai is stuck in between Zephaniah and Zechariah. Anyway, Haggai had a wife who wouldn't stay home. She'd go out running, and he'd have to go bring her back in. She'd step out on him again, and this went on for quite a while. And I'm sure that there's a story or some kind of moral behind this. I just never had really dug into it to find out what it means. But anyway, this is sort of based loosely on that. I started out believing that your love is true. Then you found another man who said that we were through. Then you had the nerve to ask me if you could come back home. Like a fool I took you in, but once again you're gone. They say fool me once, shame on you. If you fool me twice, then shame on me. Shame on me for believing it would last. Shame on me for I even knew past. Some fools will never learn about bridges they should burn. So fool me once, shame on you. If you fool me twice, then shame on me. Now here you are again, saying third time's a charm. Hell, I'm thinking to myself, what could be the harm? So I open up my home, and I open up my heart. And if you leave this fool again, you'll tear them both apart. They say, fool me once, shame on you. If you fool me twice, then shame on me. Shame on me for believing it would last. Shame on me for I even see you pass. Some fools will never learn about bridges they should burn. So fool me once, shame on you. If you fool me twice, then shame on me. No pain is ever enough to make a fool in love wanna give up. But 30 years and counting, we haven't changed a bit. You come and go, and I get over it. They say, fool me once, shame on you. If you fool me twice, then shame on me. Shame on me for believing it would last. Shame on me for I even knew the past. Some fools will never learn about bridges they should burn. So fool me once, shame on you. If you fool me twice, then shame on me. Shame on me. Shame on me. All right, thank you. This next song is about a woman that had been abused most of her life, starting as a child, and at some point she just got tired of it and did something about it, either right or wrong. She did something about it. It's called Sheila Dreamed. Sheila left home in her 15th year, so tired of living in fear. She's seen too much for a child her age, too much violence, hatred and rage. A father who touched her every chance he could, a mother too drunk to do what she should. But Sheila dreamed of a better way than living in hell day after day. She met a boy who was 17, and he was Prince Charming, she was his queen. They got married and they settled down and rented a trailer on the outskirts of town. But 6 months later and the fairy tales died. Her kingdom had crumbled, she was empty inside. But Sheila dreamed of a better way than living in hell day after day. It started out just every now and then. He'd swear up and down he'd never do it again. She never knew what would light his fuse. It was always her fault, that was his excuse. She liked to leave this unhappy home, but he said he would kill her if she left him alone. And Sheila dreamed of a better way than living in hell day after day. Then one night after he passed out, out. Sheila grabbed a gas can and poured it about. She lit a match and then said a prayer. Father, forgive me that I don't care. He woke up with an awful scream. Sheila grabbed the baby as she fled the scene. Sheila dreamed of a better way than living in hell day after day. She said, life on death row and I'm all alone, but it's the best hell I've ever known. Little Michaela just turned 4 years old, and sooner or later the truth will be told. She'll learn the facts of just how and when, and visit her mama in the state pen. I'd like to think the cycle ends with her, but life's uncertain, so I'm not sure. 'Cause her mama dreamed of a better way than living in hell day after day. Thank you.
And you are good to unblock. All right. And Ethan, I think it's your turn.